Welcome to the Boiling Point. I'm Ritchie WARE, and of course, as always, the famous Steven Taylor is with us. Steven, there's a lot of different fuels that are used on boilers, and I know we get different requests that come in, and you have your typical natural gas, and we have the number 2, and back in the day, we had number 6 probably. But another fuel that you wanted to talk about is propane.
Yeah, it's a different animal.
Yeah,
because when you convert them, propane's got 2,500 BTU per cubic foot, and natural gas got 1,030, 1,050 in that range. So it's a 2.5 to 1. Mm-hmm. One thing we run into, we just ran into it this week, where we send a unit out, and invariably the mechanical contractor will go to the propane tank, and whatever the line size is coming out, that's what he runs to the unit. Mm-hmm. So it's got a 1/2-inch line coming out, so he runs 1/2-inch copper to a 100-horse unit, 4 million BTU. Not going to work. Mm. So, they just have to take into account, again, flow, pressure, and making sure that they've got capacity to vaporize that propane, because the propane in that tank is the liquid. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason your propane supply company, when they fill the tank up, they don't fill it completely full. Mm-hmm. They fill it completely full. When you start sucking on it, you pull liquid into the house or into wherever he's into.
Okay.
So they have to leave a head in there for it to vaporize. That's the other problem you run into with running a unit very, very big off a propane tank. Mm-hmm. So we've run our 75,000 pounders off a propane tank. It's 90-some million BTU, but they have to put a vaporizer with them. Typically, your propane tank is large enough to vaporize itself, or we've had situations where, we could have used a 2-inch line from the propane tank to the boiler, but we ran a 4-inch line to give it more room to vaporize before it ever gets there. Mm-hmm. And it works, but there's a lot of calculations to have to take into account. The other thing you run into is if that tank is a little bit borderline on being big enough and you're in a cold area, you'll freeze up. You'll see that tank, whatever the level is, it'll have frost right after that level.
Right.
And then you'll have frost on your line. Before you know it, you're not vaporized anymore. So as it gets too cold, it's going to quit vaporizing, and you start pulling liquid. See, just a whole lot of things with propane that we don't even look at with natural gas.
Right.
But it's just a whole different animal you got to be really careful of. So
any of the actual, piping and things like that needs to change as far as the type of pipe that it is, or
that is
welded.
That really doesn't come into play. What you do have come into play is because the propane is such a higher BTU content, the flow is not near as much. You don't need near as much flow. You don't need near as many cubic feet. So therefore, you're not putting as big a volume of fuel in there. It's still the same BTU content, just a lot lower volume because it's higher BTU per cubic foot. So you have to take that into account. Some burners, they don't care. They'll operate fine on either one, readjust them, they're good. Other ones, there are orifices you have to put in the line to slow that propane down and get it to operate the way it's supposed to. Regulators, you've got to change the regulators out. There's just different things. Like on our hot water units, we have propane kits and natural gas kits. Mm-hmm. So we know what it's going out on. We got to change orifices and change springs and regulators and do that type of thing to get them ready before they ever go out.
Most burners, though, will they burn on propane?
Yeah, most burners don't care. You get the fuel to them in the format that they're looking for, and they don't care. They'll burn on propane or natural gas, either one. Some of them will give you a little bit of trouble. Most of them don't care. They'll burn right on.
Is there any difference in the actual emissions between a gas and a propane?
There is, because the propane is so much hotter. That you have to be careful that your NOx are going to go up because the propane's hotter, your fire is going to be hotter, your flame's going to be hotter, and thermal NOx, which is all the NOx that's emitted by putting that fuel in there. You're just converting the nitrogen and the oxygen you're putting in there to burn. You're converting that to NOx. So you have to be careful with that, because you will, if you let that flame get too hot, you'll create a lot more thermal NOx in a combustion process.
What if there's an economizer on the boiler? Does anything have to be taken into account with a higher stack temperature or anything like that? It's
shouldn't. As long as you tune it properly, the stack temperature won't change. Everything will be fine. If you don't, you're gonna be in trouble.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, good information. Obviously, there's different fuels out there, and you know, propane is definitely something that is
Different animal, you just have to be careful.
different, but easier to get.
Easier to get sometimes. If you're out in the middle of a field somewhere, you can't get natural gas to it, you can drop a propane tank and put a generator out there and run it right on.
Awesome. Well, good stuff. We'll see you next time on The Boiling Point. Appreciate Steven hanging out with us today and talking about propane. Now, there's obviously different fuels, natural gas, number 2, and now you know a little bit about propane. Make sure that you go out. I don't know if you're watching the Thank Steam series, but that is something to check out as we talk a lot about how steam just impacts our everyday life. May 1st, May 2nd, May 3rd, Boiler 2024. Make sure you are there. That is the place to go if you're interested in steam at all. So like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and subscribe to the YouTube channel and make sure you share those videos. We'll see you next time on The Boiling Point.